Alright, so we're looking at Tajiro for here. Push that to spawn, we don't have a Symmetra teleporter, which is fine. You don't really need to Matrix that yet. And like I said, like this is like a 4.2k scream. So I am going to be looking at small details a lot. Like you probably won't have big misconceptions or big mistakes. So looking at small details like using a little bit of your matrix a little bit early can be meaningful. Like you don't need to matrix the monkey yet. Even these micro missions aren't that good. Like you're not really wanting to commit on this monkey until they use both bubbles. So using like both of your cooldowns or any one of your cooldowns, by both that means like these two, right? Like defense matrix to deny healing and micro missiles to do damage. You shouldn't be doing them this early. Just wait until your team is on top of the monkey. And I know you can micro to help break the bubble. That's fine. But when he's also got the Zarya bubble, it's probably not as important. So we can throw you again. I would not really follow this monkey. Not yet, at least. Like maybe you can punish him, but it's more likely like for your McCree to kill him than for you once he gets back to his team. Also, I need to change this. I hate that just on the background now forever. Welcome. Let me just. There we go. Okay. And yeah, you come back, and that's fine. The big thing here is that you've used both of your boosters, both of your cooldowns. So no big deal, and may actually kill them, not McCree, but... Yep, this is working fine. It's not perfect, but... Again, I'm not sure what you're trying to defense matrix here. If your Rhine were going aggressive, I would be like, okay, you can defense matrix your Rhine when he goes aggressive, but don't defense matrix your Rhine when he's got a shield up. Because you're just wasting defense matrix, you're just wasting defense matrix, right? Rhine's got the shield up. Now you could be defense matrix in Rhine, but you're not. So like I said, it's small details that really, really have an impact at, again, 4.2k. You are just using your matrix a little bit early. You don't need to stack it with the Rhine shield. This is fine to like doing damage, killing the McCree. You get stunned, but McCree dies anyway, it's okay. We get hit by a big anti. So overall, like your gameplay's been okay. Like Pharah can escape, you're fine. We can just reset and take the point. Doing damage. I'm actually okay with these micro missiles because the monkey is not in. So this is just for spam damage, so it's okay. I'm more concerned about the fact that you don't really have a lot of matrix right now, but you should have it, yeah, by the time we actually grab the point, so it's okay. So overall, the two things I've noticed is that you defense matrix a little early on both the monkey and your Rhine. So just defense matrix a little later. You did ask how to deal with the Pharah, and we'll see that when the Pharah actually has a big impact. Thus far, the Pharah hasn't had a big impact. Like again, like what's the point of defense matrix in this? The Pharah is not here, right? The Pharah is probably coming that way, but at the very least, it's not here. And your Rhine has the shield up, so you cannot defense matrix this, and that's it. You just cannot defense matrix this. So why did you use defense matrix? And you flash it again. I think you tried to eat the nade on that one, so I'll give you a pass, even though you did not actually eat the nade. Pharah's behind. I'm okay with this, right? Yeah, it is on you and on the McCree to mark the Pharah. Someone has to mark the Pharah so she doesn't get free value. But my thoughts are, we should either go with the team, or like I would just go with the team, or fully commit to the Pharah. And like those are your options here. And considering that your team is just trolling them, like they have no main tank, just split with your team and kill them. Like, yeah, I know there's a Pharah behind you, but if you kill everyone here, the Pharah doesn't really do anything. Or you can maybe pressure Diana. Like, this would also be a valid option. D.va is really good at contesting areas. Contesting areas, right? You're not really a kill character, but D.va, at least not yet. You can confirm kills, but it's pretty difficult to get kills, especially in Brawl v Brawl. But you're really good peel, so most of the time you're going to be peeling for your team and enabling them to actually do the damage. Like for example, on Broadly Brawl, right? And I know you probably know this, but on Broadly Brawl, if your McCree wants to take an off angle, it is your job to enable that McCree so he gets value of the off angle without getting killed. And of course, I'm not saying you cannot kill people. I'm saying it's more of your job, like your primary job is to enable your team to actually, well, do the damage. And then you can come clean up with the boosters because you have a lot of mobility. In this case, if you were on top of your Rhine, you could be, like, when playing into McCree, you can just defense matrix your Rhine when he goes aggressive and he gets free strings. And he does get stunned, but they're probably dead anyway, so it's no big deal. But like, if you had been with your Rhine, then no one would have been this low. Because you just saved them from the stun. That's the whole thing. Hey, you're just marking people. You chase the N out, which is fine. You know the Pharah point. It's okay. You are trying to chase the Pharah. We should. Honestly, I feel like you and McCree could just go and chase the Pharah. But you said combos were not great, so I'm willing to give that a pass. But if like you and McCree come out, the Pharah doesn't really have a great place to hide. If you try to do damage, you can flash your defense matrix to eat half of her damage, right? You don't want you cannot and do not want to eat all of it, because if you just hold defense matrix, you try to eat all of it, then you're going to run out of defense matrix. But if you eat one rocket yes, one rocket no, you can actually prevent them from getting any kills. The call was to deliver. Okay, yeah, you're just following the calls. Okay, that's fine. I mean, I don't think it's wrong. And by the way, this is a pretty good position. I don't think it's wrong if you guys just hold here, right? The Pharah cannot really do anything. But my worry is that someone needs to mark the Pharah. Like, if we just let this Pharah be forever, then she's just going to get free value onto her backline. And no one's going to contest her. So we either have to fully commit onto going aggressive on the people that remain, and like disconnect them from the Pharah, right? By just going at them when they get through the choke. Or you should go, either you or McCree, but you're probably better if the idea is to just mark the Pharah. When the Pharah comes in to go aggressive in your team, you just mark the Pharah, eat most of her damage and chase her out. So it's okay, just keep in mind that there's a Pharah behind you, right? Because if you forget about the Pharah behind you, then she's just going to get free damage into your team. And she just shot you. Behind you. And you dropped. And you took like a damage boost to the right. I feel like we cannot ignore this Pharah, like you guys are trying to do, by holding here. Right? Like, you guys are just, let's forget about the Pharah, but we are holding in a place that has direct line of sight from the Pharah. So it's like, we should be holding outside if we really want to avoid the Pharah, and just speed at the monkey, speed at the Zarya. But we don't. Instead we are playing on a place that has actual line of sight of Pharah, and she's just on point. She's just chilling on point and shooting us for like a ton of damage. Like, if I go look at this Pharah, she's just getting free value and shooting it behind you, and no one's pressuring here at all. So it's like, I feel like you should be marking this Pharah. Even though the call was to leave her on point, now that your team is actually taking an engagement, you should be marking this Pharah, because the place where we are taking this engagement is actually within the line of sight. If the plan was to forget about the Pharah, we should just be holding here or here. Like, hiding we cover where she cannot see us. They were screaming to go push forward and leave the Pharah alone. It was frustrating. That's like, I know the idea of a team is that you do things together, but that doesn't mean that you cannot make your own decisions. And in this case, I'm just like, forget about, like, it's not like they have a better front line than we do, right? They actually only have 4 people here. Like, Ana, Monkey, McCree, and Zarya. They don't have speed, they don't have a wall, right? We've got, like, they don't have as much healing as we do. So it's like, if you remove you from the equation and you make this a 5v4, that's good. You can mark the Pharah, you can take a 2v1 with D.va, you will win this one. Well, you will not kill them, right? Which I believe would usually be qualified as winning, but you can just chase the Pharah out without dying. And you contesting this Pharah 2v1 for a long time just means that their team cannot do anything. So in this case, it's not a matter of leave the Pharah alone, it's a matter of mark the Pharah. Because again, you don't need to kill her, you just need to force her to not get value into your team. And you are just the best person to do that. Micro missiles, and you can see again how micro missiles early is not that effectful. The problem here is that McCree is not with the team. So he should be like, if McCree is on an off angle, just try to defense mate with him sometimes so he doesn't die, because if your team is here and McCree is here, then he's going to die a lot more often than not. In this case, maybe not, right? Because it's not like all the enemies are here. But still, like McCree on off angle, it's probably your concern rather than the Rhine. Unless the McCree is here, because again, the biggest thing you want to be aware of is that if they do a McCree right click stun right click, or just McCree stun, then you need to save your Reinhardt. But other than the McCree, there's not really a lot of people you can pressure on their team. Like maybe Diana, but Diana's too far away. Monkey, you cannot really pressure Monkey. He's got the bubble, and you cannot eat his damage. The most you can do against this Monkey is prevent him from getting healed, but that's about it, and even that is not that meaningful. So it's only the McCree that you should be worried about, and again, Zarya, just, you cannot really pressure Zarya, and you cannot block her damage, so I'm like, no, yes. But even this is a no, because if you were here, then yeah, but because he's so far away, probably not. So the only person you actually have to worry about is the McCree and the Pharah. You cannot really prevent these two from getting as much value. You can, like, try to boost into the Monkey to disrupt them, but when he gets the bubble, it's like you're not gonna disrupt him anyway. So it's not that good either. Like if we break the bubble, then you can boost into the Monkey to knock him out of your team. But even then, it's like you have a Rhine swinging at the Monkey, so probably not. All of this to say, here either go back the Pharah or defend your McCree. You don't need to be with the frontline, because we just have a better frontline than they do. If this were like broad be broad, then I would be like, yeah, just be with the frontline, help your frontline. But because they're playing like this Monkey this is a dumb engagement. Like, he just jumped the tank line. This is silly. He should be jumping this McCree who's alone or behind the tank line, somewhere else, not at your tank line. So yeah, you're not needed in the front line. You would be needed, like, if the McCree if their Monkey jumped your McCree instead, then you could go defend the McCree, contest the Monkey so he can't get through you, right? Allow your McCree to escape, etc. But like, your Vine is not a target, your Mei is not a target. Like, they are not going to die. And like I said, right now D.Va is more of a peel character than anything else. Again, you're not really defense matrixing anything, and your McCree did die, by the way. I'm killed by the Pharah. So there you go. Yeah, either you should be defending this McCree or contesting the Pharah. Those are my thoughts. Despite what your team says, like, the idea of pushing forward is good if we push all the way here. But if we are just holding here, this is dumb, because we are still in line of sight of the Pharah. So yeah, basically just contest the Pharah. At this point we just lose the fight, and that's a weird barrage. And now you're contesting the Pharah, but like, now we may actually lose, because we lost our biggest source of damage in the team. And your Baptista is as well. So yeah, it's a lost fight. Even with Beat, it's just a lost fight. Wait, did Beat not come through? Did they kill him before we landed Beat? Yup, unlucky. Okay, yeah, that's silly. That's unlucky, but it's not unlucky. Like, your team, we made a bad decision. Like, both you and your team. Your team should not be holding all the way here. If the idea is to get out of line of sight of the Pharah, we should be holding outside. But also, we could just pressure the Pharah early. Like, when their team was regrouping, we could, like, send 3 people, or even everyone, to contest the Pharah. And if she tries to boop someone off, well, you have defense matrix. So we either should have dealt with the Pharah early, or if we wanted to just get out, because they have 2 people here, just sending 1 person to contest 2 people is a win for your team. Okay, we go through the high ground. Yeah, I would honestly go underneath on, like, around, so that you can go out this way, or maybe Fate and go out this way. Because this is just a very tiny choke, and they've got like a lot of spam they can do. Again, the Defense Matrix a little early. It's okay, like your team was taking a little damage. But now you should be okay, yeah. Now that we are actually going through the choke, your Defense Matrix, that's what I call. You stop Defense Matrixing, don't do that. I was praising you, and then you stopped. Like, that use of Defense Matrix, we don't really need it. Right? Now you should be Defense Matrixing, for sure. And you just flash it. Just stay defense, keep using it. You can block like all of this damage. Maybe even this, if you're lucky. And yeah, right? I think she gets hit by the direct fire rocket. And you're dropping to chase the monkey. So it's not like this monkey is very low, by the way. This is a bad idea, I'll be honest. I feel like you're just bloodthirsty. I feel like we called a monkey low because we got the stun off. But he didn't actually go low, so everyone just went on the monkey. Right? He got bubbled, he took some damage, but he's not low enough to warrant you dropping to chase him. Maybe your team was calling monkey 1, and because you haven't really gotten any damage into him, you don't know that he's full HP, right? Now you know, but it's too late. Just boost out. Like, he's got full HP, yeah, boost out. And because of that, your May died, right? Is that your fault? I feel like your team was calling monkey 1. I feel like you dropped and wanted to kill the monkey because first thing first, of course, you are bloodthirsty, right? Everyone is. We don't have to deny it. If you're a D.va player and we hear someone called 1, then you go for it because with D.va you have insane mobility and good burst damage. So with D.va, if your team is calling someone low, calls were made, but since they had a lot of spam, I thought we should go down. Here's the thing, like, you cannot make this decision on your own, right? You can't just be like, I think we should go down, I'm going to go down. Your whole team has to actually go down with you, because otherwise, you just become a really big target. Right? And the fact that they have spam is why you want to just hold Defense Matrix. At least right now, when we're getting through the choke. Once we get through the choke, we can drop. But right now, like, your team is split. Like, no one's actually gotten through the choke. Like, you're dropping and 3 people are still not through the choke. And your Divine is on the other side. So it's like, we should just take... And I know you said comms were not that good, but still, we should all just wait. And when we go out with your Defense Matrix, we get through, then we drop on top of whoever's below us, and we just kill them, because we are brawl. And instead, you just take, like, so much damage. Like, you go down to 100 HP, 150. And this is just lost fight, we don't have May either. Again, I'm kind of feeling like I said, right? If you're D.va and you see that someone's low, you usually just go at them because you have insane mobility and good burst damage. But here I'm like, you don't have micro missiles, so I'm like, but also Mercy's not with her. Where's the Mercy? Just trying to get here. You know what? Maybe you can kill this Pharah. Good. Melee? Unlucky, she gets bubbled. Just get out. Just get out now. Like, with this, you just cannot. We're just gonna have to get out. Defense breaks a little early, but it's okay. Don't, again, remember what I said, don't hold your defense matrix in Pharah. Just try to defense matrix her first shot, then dodge, then defense matrix again. Because you're going to run out of defense matrix before, you can get out again. Like, you hit that one, and you know what? You are hidden, so I'm actually okay with it. Like, if this had hit, you would have been DMX'd, right? But it didn't hit directly, just get out though. Yep, you just get out. You managed to get out, which is good. Just grab the Mega, by the way, it's right there. Now that we're going to push forward again, you could have grabbed the Mega. Just take a little sidestep and grab the Mega because you'll need it. You absolutely need it. Again, I'm like, do you need this defense matrix? Like, the Pharah is dead. You can't block this. Like, I feel like you're just using defense matrix when you see the enemy in front of you. Are you trying to eat crab? Is that what you're doing? I don't think they're going to try to grab without, like... Maybe they are. Yeah, there it is. So, maybe you're trying to eat crab, but... Like, the Sarah didn't feel like she was going to grab yet. Like, at least not yet. And by using defense matrix early, you're just giving her a window to use grab. Like, as soon as your defense matrix goes down, she's got 1 second, and now she can grab. And she does. Right? You gave her a tiny window by using defense matrix early. And she got all of you. Well, maybe they don't have enough follow-up. So maybe it's still okay. Like, this is unfortunate. Where did that... Oh, okay. I feel like this is still winnable though. We have Emo, we have healing. We use Blizzard. Don't push towards the monkey, please. You're just gonna get booped off again. Yeah. Unlucky. Just when that happens, pushed away because Primal Monkey can just, you know, throw you back into the pit. So just boost away or boost like above him. That's unfortunate. Would probably still have been a lost fight with this, but yeah. Alright. I want to see how you use this bomb. Is it a great ultimate? No, it's not a great ultimate, but it may allow you to isolate someone, right? Sorry about that. Okay, that's unlike. Wait. Why did we change to Soldier? This is a bad choice. Like, the fact that we got Soldier now. Oh. Okay, hold on. This is not on you, but I only used bomb once. Oof, unfortunate. I mean, if you bomb, maybe even if you retake, that's not great. We'll see about that. Like, if you bomb now, even if you only, like, at this point, I can see how you maybe don't build another bomb for this map. This is tough. Not only the fact that we've gone Soldier. Soldier's a bad choice, I think. Because, well, he's just easier to dive than like an Ashe. Ashe at least can push people away if she's on the high ground, right? Soldier can only run away, but I'm like... And also he's going like way before the team is going. So this is just dumb. This is simply silly. He's just gonna get D.va and killed, and I'm pretty sure that's what happens. He just gets D.va and killed. Like, the monkey jumps behind him, so he cannot run away, and now your soldier's fucked. So, don't do this. Also, I feel like a lot of people just go, oh, I'm gonna go Soldier, and that's gonna counter the Pharah, or I'm going to go McCree, or I'm going to go Ashe. And just having them is going to counter the Pharah, but, you know, you have to actually coordinate to counter the Pharah, not just run by yourself and be like, I can kill everything. Okay. Anywho, we should wait. We should just wait. Yep, just wait. We just wait. This is fine. Like, you're taking a little damage. You're trading a little damage, which is fine. We are just going to be ready to go. And by the way, now you kind of know that the monkey, like, your soldier should know that the monkey is above you. So, what do I want to see with this bomb? Okay, let me just... So, this is actually a really good frame that I stopped at. With this bomb, you can do two things, right? One is, you can stop the Pharah, and we have not seen Barrage yet. So Pharah is definitely going to barrage this fight. So I would either throw the bomb up to try to deny the Pharah and the Mercy airspace. Where are they? They are like here, right? So I would either, like, my goal, and this is the idea of using the bomb, right? You can deny Bob using the bomb is that you can deny a lot of space. So you either throw it up to deny the Pharah and the Mercy all of this airspace, right? And thus you can just speed onto this area. And this area is dead. If we call it, if we coordinate it, if we speed on this area is dead. There is no saving this area. Like look at this. Look at where her team is, right? Anna McCree, the area is all the way here, and you got the core of your team here. Let's stop the screen for the high ground again. I don't like it. It's okay, whatever. Nothing you can do about this except just calling them out, just play with the team. Because we're still kind of lame, bro. But yeah, just run on this side. My idea is we use the bomb to create space, right? And we run at this area and kill this area. I would either bomb up to prevent the Pharah and the Mercy from, being able to go in, because all of this is going to be under the bomb explosion range. Maybe even like force the monkey to use bubble as well. And we just speed at this area. Like, you cannot because you're going to be bombing and baby D.Va, but the rest of your team can just go forwards and kill this area. Like, Ryan, McCree, Baptiste, Lucio can kill a Zarya that's by herself pretty easily, especially with Lucio speed onto them. We have Amp. We have Amp even. So that's my first idea is I just bomb up because I know that the Pharah has barrage and she's going to, be looking to use it this fight and going to be in the air most likely. Or the other idea is that if you don't want to bomb the Pharah, I would bomb like here. To again just, and you can see how my whole idea revolves around this. If I deny even if you don't think the Pharah is above you, let's forget about the Pharah for a moment. I would throw it up to try to deny the Pharah, but I would throw it like here to try to deny these two people, right? If I deny these two people from helping the Zarya, then the Zarya is also an easy target. What I'm telling you is basically using your bomb here is not likely to actually kill anyone, but you can create space for your team by either bombing here, right? So the Ana and the McCree are forced to retreat or go behind something, or up, so that the Pharah and the Mercy cannot participate in the fight for a few seconds while they go away. So my whole idea is use the bomb, then I shoot people from the enemy team, depending on where you throw it, and just speed at this area. If you're not going to bomb, at least be looking for the Pharah to barrage. Okay, I feel like again your defense matrix is something that doesn't really need defense matrixing, like your range shielding. I feel like this is other than the decision of do I peel, do I go aggressive, I feel like your defense matrix usually has been the weaker part of your game aspect thus far. And yeah, there's the barrage where you defense matrix and you're dead, and your McCree's dead, and we just die to the Pharah. Nano barrage Pharah. And we just lose this point, right? And you did not even use the bomb. Unlucky. Yeah, you didn't even use the bomb. I thought you said you used the bomb once. Oh, there it is, but on spawn. Yeah, it's not great. Okay. So now we got a proper Pharah counter. We did it before with McCree. But Echo can help clean up the Pharah when she's low. And again, the idea for me is the same. Just eat some damage from the Pharah. Not all of it. Just flash your defense magic really quick. Now that you've got a monkey. Once this entire game. Oof. That's rough. Now that you've got a monkey, you've got to withdraw, right? Like I said, your front line doesn't need you as much because you have Ryan, you have Mate, you have McCree. You can be a little more free to contest people, to help people take off angles. But now that we are basically on dive, right? We are just on dive. So it's like you have to be with your monkey, you have to defense matrix your monkey, you have to make sure your monkey survives, otherwise he's just going to die. Okay, you push that to spawn. Oh. Boost out of spawn. Boost out of spawn. Just boost out of spawn. Just couldn't handle Pharah. Unlucky. But yeah, it's just like if you mark the Pharah, you don't even have to kill her. You alone as D.Va can prevent the Pharah from getting half of her value. Again, you don't need to eat every shot. You just need to see the shot coming in,
flash your defense matrix, then you let one shot through, then you see the next shot coming in, you flash defense matrix because defense matrix doesn't recharge at the same rate that Pharah shoots. So it's like you're always going to miss one. But if you only let one through every, well, you are letting one through every 3, right? Basically, because you are eating the first, you're letting the second through, you're eating the third, and then you let the fourth through. But by this point, it's like if the fight is happening, by the 4th point, you probably need to like defense matrix something else. So you just deny the first and the third. Pharah doesn't get early value, and we just get the enemy team instead. And yeah, I have no idea why you did not boost auto spawn. I'll be honest. Like, you should have boosted auto spawn. Just boost auto spawn. Like, your booster second is 4 seconds. Your booster cooldown is 4 seconds. I mean, just boost out so you can go in faster. Like, your monkey ends up engaging by himself because you did not boost forward. And yeah, I know I said that with Brawl, you don't have to be with the front line, but now you kinda do. Especially because they have a McCree, right? You don't know this yet. But they have a McCree Zenyatta. Your monkey is going to die by himself really fast. So here you should be with your monkey, but you're not, which is unfortunate. Again, like, what's this defense matrix? Very early, your defense matrix is nothing. You're not even like, you've used your entire defense matrix, and this is aimed at your monkey, like just behind your monkey. So you've used your entire defense matrix for nothing. Yeah, it didn't hit the monkey, it was a little closer to you, but yeah, it was not coming directly at you, it was not coming behind you. And now you have no defense matrix. Remember what I said about your monkey? Oh my god, look at your monkey's health. Remember what I said about your monkey's going to die if you're not with them, because they just have so much damage. He's going to get discorded, and I assume stand right clicked or macro missile down. Yep, that's a McCree shot. He's playing with cover, but he's taking so much damage. And notice how he hasn't used bubble yet. That's because you should be doing what this D.Va is doing. Like, yeah, she cannot actually protect the monkey from the other monkey. But it's like, well, if they got more damage, right, they can just be blocking all of the damage. And you should be here, and you're not here because you didn't boost out of spawn. So your monkey is taking a fight 1% down. And yeah, the D.Va is still eating like the echo damage, right? And the monkey just goes very low. Because you are not with him to block the McCree and the Zenyatta and the D.Va damage. You use basically all of your defense matrix on the Pharah early on, and you didn't have any when you actually need it. And then, like, now you have half again. Defense matrix does charge really fast, but if you waste it, it doesn't matter how fast it charges, you just get no value out of it. And the Pharah killed you right on the backline. Like, you could have eaten this as well. I know whether to go with the Pharah, help with the Pharah, go frontline. Here's the thing. With D.Va, you can do everything, right? You have to know when the right thing and when the right time it is to do each of them. And in this case, like your monkey, when you have Reinhardt, May, McCree, Baptiste, of course, you don't need to be with your frontline. You can contest the Pharah. In this case, you should just be with your frontline. Your monkey is going to die without you. You can still take a second to, like I said, flash really quick and did the Pharah damage. Because you can just flash your matrix really quick. It's got a pretty long range. Like, it doesn't show it. There it goes. It's got a pretty long range. Right? So it's like, you don't need to be on top of your Ana to eat the Pharah rockets. You can just be like, yoink, I eat one. Damage, damage, damage. Matrix, matrix. Damage, damage. Yoink, I eat another one. And you can help your, like I said, you can just help your backline by doing that every now and then. But even that should not be necessary. Like, your priority is still killing the monkey. Sorry, peeling for the monkey. You know, keeping your monkey alive, not killing the monkey. Like, this fight is maybe not lost, but we can rest the Ana. It's a safe position, and you should defense matrix to rest because it's very important to get the Ana back. Never mind, you don't defense matrix to rest, but should go through anyway. Yeah, the Pharah, like everyone's taking, everyone's looking back to your Tracer behind them.
I'm just like, now you turn around and I think you ate that rocket. So that's basically all you want to do. Just look at your rocket, flash your matrix. You don't have to hold it even. You can just flash it. But I'm like, even here, just your team just has so few resources right now compared to them that I'm like, this is a lost fight, and this is just silly again. Like, I know I said you can mark the Pharah, but marking the Pharah doesn't mean I want to go in and kill the Mercy and then kill the Pharah. It just means eat the damage every now and then. If you see the opportunity, you can pressure the Pharah, so the Pharah has to retreat, and you are not going to kill them by yourself. You are never going to kill them. Your monkey is dying meanwhile. Just that you can help handle the Pharah by just defense mates using, like I said, half for rockets. And this is just like silly. Just, you're getting no value out of that. You marked the Mercy for like 10 damage and went out. And got shot in the air for it. And your monkey is taking a ton of damage. Your Ana died. So here's the big thing. I feel like you're bloodthirsty. And I said this earlier. And right now with D.Va, you cannot really create kills of yourself. D.Va is a really good peel. Oh my god, it just doesn't look good against that contrast. D.Va is a really good peel character, right? You can enable anyone in your team. If you have a McCree taking an off angle, you can defend the McCree taking an off angle, right? Hold on, let me see if I can explain it better. If you have a, like, if the fight is happening here, and you have a McCree taking an off angle, you can defense matrix the McCree. Sorry, this is an error. You can defense matrix the McCree taking an off angle. Make sure that McCree doesn't die or get punished. And if they die the McCree, you can boosters into them, disrupt them, and enable your McCree to get out. If you have a weaker front line, like with the monkey, you can enable your monkey to pressure the enemy by just eating a lot of the damage. If they have a Pharah, you can deny the Pharah by eating the damage. If they have a good dive, you can disrupt the dive as well, right? It's a matter of disrupting and denying the enemy value and enabling your team. D.Va is not that good at killing. Like, killing is a matter for the DPS in this comp. And in previous comps as well, but mostly like, in general. D.Va is really good at cleaning up. She can do consistent burst, close range damage. I know that consistent burst is not, but like no matter what, if you get close enough, she can do burst damage, right? So it's like, yeah, if you see like this McCree who's 1 HP, you can boost at the McCree and kill the McCree. That's fine, but you're not going to get a full HP Mercy. Unless it's like you are a 4.2k player and they are like a 200, 2000 Mercy. You are not going to get a solo kill with D.Va. You can pressure people, yeah, pressuring is good, but if you're going to pressure people, you have to make sure you're pressuring the right people. Mercy doesn't stop getting impact because you pressure the Mercy. Pharah does, like Pharah, if you pressure Pharah, she's going to get out. If you eat her damage, then Pharah doesn't get as much pressure. If you kill McCree or if you pressure McCree, McCree's going to get out and doesn't get value. If you pressure their tanks, that's good. If you pressure Mercy in the entire enemy team, Mercy is the worst one to pressure. Because she can still get value while being pressured, and you are not going to kill her by yourself. And yeah, the Pharah is getting value. You even missed that eat. Just get out, yeah, just get out. You lose the meg, just get out. Maybe we can kill the monkey? Yeah, we killed the monkey, but yeah, it's just a reset. And the rest of the monkey. So the too long don't read as far as that I feel like you're not getting value out of your defense matrix. Which again is what I said before, right? Like, you're not really using it very well. Like, you wasted all of it and you did nothing with it at the very beginning. Then you just kinda flash it every now and then. I feel like you could improve a lot on your defense matrix effectiveness. Like, not only using it less, like holding it less, right? Because you can flash it, and it wastes minimal amount of actual matrix, and you can keep it for longer that way. Or you can, like, you also need to actually hit whatever you're eating. Like, what's this defense matrix? That fire rocket isn't going to, hit anyone, and you've just used half of your defense matrix on it. And you're still holding it, like.
You use 60% of your matrix on nothing. That's my whole point. And you could have eaten that instead, right? And you couldn't because you had wasted your matrix earlier. And you held it for such a long time. Yeah, I'm like, even here, I'm like, this is okay. Like, this monkey is by himself, so maybe killable. But just the fact that we are standing on the choke is bad. Like, we should all just group up, use defense matrix to get to the choke, then dive somewhere. Like, Urana doesn't have to. Like, Urana can play from here, and she would be fine. Or from here, and it's a little riskier. But still, it's like, everyone can kind of get around the choke, so just help whoever needs to get choked to the choke. And we just get out of this, because the Pharah can just spam this, the monkey can just cleave us. And this is not on you, this is on the entire team, right? But you are using the defense matrix a little bit too willy-nilly. Like, even here, what was that defense matrix for? Let's ban that. Okay. What's this going to achieve, right? And I'm going to point each and every single one of them because, like I said, at your rank, it's the details that really matter a lot. And you're just wasting your defense matrix. Your Ash dies. And you're gonna tell me, I tried to eat that, but you did not actually eat it. You just used, like, look at this. Good eat on that rocket, right? That's a decent rocket hit. This is like, you clearly are not trying to eat that. And if you're trying to eat that, you're way too early. Like, look at where it is. How far do you think your matrix actually goes? Like, it's not that far. You're nowhere near eating this yet. You should wait for it to be in range and just flash your matrix. But instead, you're like using it so early that you run out of matrix. Like, you tried to eat it, but it was just so far away that you just couldn't. And then I believe this same rocket just kills your Ash. No, it doesn't kill your Ash, but it leaves your Ash very low. Is it another rocket that kills your Ash? Yeah, it's another rocket after that kills your Ash. So you can see how you're using your defense matrix really poorly. And that's the general gist of it. You need to improve on this. You need to use it a lot more effectively. Gosh, hold on. How far in are we? 5 minutes. Oh my god. It's been 40 minutes and we are only 5 minutes in. But what I want you to do, at least against Pharah, right? Like, at least against the Pharah, is just flash your defense matrix into her rockets more often. Because what you're doing is you're holding it a lot. But, like, just get someone to practice with, or maybe find a workshop code. There might be a workshop code. And just do this. Oh, there's a rocket. Boom, there's no rocket. Damage, damage, damage. Oh, there's a rocket. There's no rocket. Damage, damage, damage. Damage, 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 right? And like I said, you can deny half of Pharah's damage just by doing that. Like, I'm helping my front line, eat the rocket, maybe protect the monkey, blah blah blah. I let one rocket through, eat the next one, protect my monkey, right? I know it's harder to visualize on the training range than it is on the actual game, but I cannot control the D.va in the actual game. So the general idea is, you don't need to just hold your matrix until it gets the rocket. You need to practice enough, at least against Pharah, because D.va is a really good Pharah counter. There's a custom game to try it, yeah, but I don't know it. The general idea is that if Pharah is shooting at the rocket, you can just be like, okay, there's no rocket. And you can turn back to your team. Rather than just doing this, which is kind of what you're doing. You're just holding your matrix out to try to get the rockets, but instead just wait for them to be in range and flash your matrix. Matrix is basically immediate. You will get anything in it. So it's like, okay, protect my monkey, eat rocket, right? You can do like a little check to see where the Pharah is every now and then. Eat, protect monkey, eat rocket, protect monkey. BBSSO. Okay, let's try it a little really quick because it's been, like I said, 40 minutes. And we've been like basically one map. Let's see. Import start.
Traveling to Route 66.
I think
Leave spawn. Okay. What's this meant to do? I don't see how this helps. Maybe I just don't know it, but I'll look into it. I'll look into it for next time. But right now, I just want to get back to the review because it's like I said, 46 minutes, and we've gone through one map. So we were at 5 minutes 53, I believe. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to look into the help to protect D.va bombs. It's not about D.va bombs, but we'll look at it later. Because right now I just want to get to this review. We get the rest, we don't get the rest, and we just have to reset. We reset. Using defense matrix to block, like, no one. Oh my god, the way I hate when Mercy just went into ground. Like, no one's going through the choke, so don't use your defense matrix. Like, now you have half of it for when we actually. Now we have none of it for when we actually want to push to the choke. And the rocket UA there was not actually that meaningful. Yeah, it was a rocket at the choke, but no one was actually getting through the choke. And you're poking at long range damage against the Pharah, McCree, Zenyatta. You don't really want to poke this a lot. Like, we should be right, yeah? This is good. Like, when we go through the choke, you shoot defense matrix. So why are you not? Now you are, and your monkey goes in, you should follow. Oh my god. I do want to point this out. Like, hold on. Let me look at their D.va. She's actually counter diving pretty well. Like, whenever your monkey goes in, they just dive towards your monkey, like good into the pulse bomb, right? That's solid. And you can see how she just flashes the matrix. I expect. No, never mind. So your monkey gets nanoed. And he jumps your backline, and this D.va turns around, boosts into the monkey to prevent him from getting like free value into your backline, right? In this case, into your McCree. And she's just like, let's disrupt the monkey. And oh my god. That's silly. They actually stack up the... This is probably not intended. They were just both counter diving. And they stack up the boobs and just throw your monkey off the map. Which is very unfortunate because he's just asleep. But it's like... I'm sure the D.va did not intend this for this. He was just disrupting the monkey from getting to the McCree. But it's actually very meaningful. Like, even the disruption is usually enough to get a lot of value. But in this case, she also just killed your monkey for free. Just get out. Just get out. By the way, you don't have a monkey. You cannot go in without a monkey. Can I waste those micro missiles? Again, your defense matrix the choke, which I'm like, that's the idea. Yes, defense matrix the choke, but we just need to get through the choke when you're going to defense matrix, because otherwise you are just out of defense matrix and we are not even going in yet. And again, the idea of I'm just gonna go Widow and that's going to counter the Pharah immediately, just not how it works. Monkey primals, please don't boost towards the monkey again. Okay, you go up, good job. Lost fight? Maybe? Yeah, lost fight. Maybe we can reset. Like, the monkey's being a big issue. We can kill him though, like, rest stun. Again, just defense matrix through the choke, and then we can go aggressive. Good job. Boost with your monkey. Remember what I said? You need to go in when your monkey goes in, otherwise this is going to get melted. What are you trying? Did you think this was far enough to reach your monkey? I honestly have no idea why you're trying to defense matrix here. Right? Like I said, you're just using your defense matrix kinda poorly. I'll be honest. And that's the biggest part of your gameplay aspect that you could be improving on. What are you boosting at? I know that you said comms were really bad, But I did not expect this kind of break between the team. Like, this is just it doesn't feel like a team, it just feels like people playing by themselves. Like, your monkey goes in, you are not going in, now you go in, like, we should have waited for Bob to go in, then we go in as well. Instead, your monkey always survives because he's got primal, so he's forced to primal. Then rather than going for the same target than the monkey, you just go towards the point. I don't even know if you're trying to hit anyone. Maybe you're trying for the mercy, but also that leaves the Pharah free behind you and she just kills everyone. Because again, if your team needs to move, you probably should be there to defense matrix, or at least like with someone in your team. Like, be with the monkey, be with your team. This is just lost fight. Oops. Okay. This is just death. We finally killed the Pharah, but it's like way too late. Like, yeah, we killed 3 people. We lose the point. So now we have Brawl again. There we go. Okay. Yeah, Ryan's a bit too far forward. Like, what is the rest of your team, by the way? Why are we so far back? Someone's like, he doesn't commit to playing with the front line or the back line. Yeah, it's exactly that. Like, you're just kind of trying to juggle everything, and you're not really doing anything. Hold on, though. How did we have such a bad rollout? Because this should not happen. The Ryan should not be this far forwards. I know Ryan has charge, but we have speed.
Round 3. Capture.
Oh, your Lucio jumped backwards. Like, when people actually go out, your Lucio is just jumping backwards and just doesn't get the speed boost on anyone. Like, by the time he uses amp, literally 2 people are on the actual amp range. So it's like, your Ryan is just so far forward from the rest of the team. Yeah. And he gets rolled off, and he's just dead. I didn't know what you do when the calls were so split. A third of front calls, a third helped me, a third bitching about the Pharah. I will say, again, it really depends on the comp you're running. If you're running Monkey D.va, probably just be with your Monkey, right? Because if you're playing Monkey D.va, then your Monkey needs your help. If you're playing Ryan D.va, you can split off a little more and, pressure someone like Pharah or Zarya or someone that's by themselves. Like, your Ryan doesn't need as much help. The one thing you, like I said this earlier, the one thing you need to watch out for is McCree and Reaper. Like, if the enemy has a McCree or a Reaper, you have to defense matrix of damage as well, because it can just melt your tanks. And your Ryan just gets rolled off and dies, so we just get out. Yeah. That's a good question, actually. Tajoru, was anyone in your team actually all tracking? Because, yeah, if you know that they have a rush, like, you should definitely be looking for the Pharah. Like, don't use the defense matrix very early, because you give her a tiny window to go in. And, yeah, that just be careful. Why are we just standing on... Why are we not just going in? Yes and no? Okay, well, unfair. Unlucky, I mean. I'm just like, by the way, I'm like... Your whole team's here, like, who's missing? Lucio and Baptiste were kinda here as well. But they got 2 people on point, we just speed onto their tanks. Did we just not see it? We spent so long on this. Whining about Pharah. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Like, both of your DPS have gone, I'm going to go Soldier and deal with the Pharah, and he got definitely killed. I'm going to go McCree and deal with the Pharah, and he did okay, but never actually killed the Pharah. Like, McCree's really good at against Monkey, right? That's why he did okay. He punished the Monkey a couple times, but... Here, I'm like, we should just push them. By the way, again, this is not entirely on you. This is on the whole team. But, like, they are so split, and maybe you guys didn't say this, but when you see that they've got... Like, hold on. 2 people on the point, and you're playing Brawl v Brawl, you should just rush at them. Because at most they're going to have 4 people here and 2 people on the point. And yeah, these people can come in at, you know, pretty fast if one is a Lucio, but you're just giving them free time. Just, why are we all just on the choke? Just run at them. We even use Zemo, and like, we don't ever go aggressive here. Just use defense matrix to get through the choke and run at them. This is just one of the things, by the way, that I do want to see you do more. Just defense matrix a team when we get to the choke so we can gun someone. You've been doing it a little bit, but also sometimes you are going for the defense matrix and your team is not going in. So instead of just poking for damage, which is okay, like poking for damage is not terrible, but don't use like as little defense matrix as you can while trading damage, because your team wants it to get through the choke. And here again, you're just kind of trading damage. We are all like, we've all been here for at least 20, well not 20, like 15 seconds, and we are still just spamming at the choke. Please don't do this, just go, yeah, fine, we finally go. Defense matrix, you did not have full defense matrix, by the way, which is unfortunate, because you wasted a lot of it during the potioning phase. So I'm like, it's not ideal, but at least you had enough to get us through the choke. Now we can just go aggressive on someone and win the fight. Like, this one is solid. Defense matrix, rocket boosters a little early, you're just shooting them at the shield. Also, you're boosting at the Rhine, which I'm okay with, but you have to be really careful. Like, in this case, I think it's okay, because your Rhine is kind of pushing with you. Also, your team, it wasn't actually split. But, like, you have to be really careful when going at tanks, because, again, you don't really do enough damage to kill anyone. You can pressure people, right? Like I said. You can put pressure on people. Like this May, you could pressure this May. You could pressure the Ryan a little bit. But like that boost, like the idea of just trying to disrupt them a little bit is not too bad, but it's just the wrong time. And if you should boosters for a big shatter, but we got a Lucio, so we could. Hold on. Okay. We break Emo, so solid. And if you want to go at this Rhine, just go at this Rhine. Like, just start boosting him at him right now. Remember what I said about D.va being really good at clearing up people with low HP? Like, look at how low his HP is, right? All you've got to actually do is boost at him right now, wait for the bubble to go out, and you immediately kill him with your rockets. But just boost at him right now. And you don't. And now you do. You actually waited for the bubble to go out. The problem with that is that now you're not on top of him when the bubble is out. You still have to get close. So you wasted like 1 second, yeah? Where you could have been doing damage to him. Also, though your Rhine is dead, and I'm like, I want to check whether you should have been defense matrix in your Rhine. Remember what I said about defense matrixing your Rhine when he goes aggro, so he doesn't have to worry. But also it's like, they don't really have a McCree, so I'm like, probably not as big of a deal. Yeah, I don't think you could have saved your Rhine. No matter how hard you tried, because you can't stop any of these 2. But you could have killed their Rhine and made the fight even. You lose the mech instead, because what you actually do is, because you waited too long, and I do want to remark this, because you waited too long, like, I would just boost at the Rhine right now. He's so low. And yeah, you're going to do a little, like, boosters only does 10 damage. You're going to give the Zarya like 1 charge with the boosters. Is a thing to matrix the enemy Rhine to prevent heals on him? Isn't D.va a bad pick into Sim-Mei Zarya? Yeah. She's not a great pick, but I can understand why you want, like, she's not a great pick, but she's not too bad, because you can eat some ultimates. And if you manage to eat the ultimates, D.va can still get a ton of value. So I'm like, is she a bad pick? I think this D.va would be a bad pick if the enemy had Sigma or D.va, but because they have Zarya, she's not that bad of a pick. And she's still pretty solid. Especially because what D.va enables you to do is get through all of the spam damage and get into melee range, right? If your whole team just ignores this, and the fire strike, and we get into melee range, then we win, because we just have more damage. Like, she needs time to build up the damage, Zarya needs time to build up the damage, Mei needs to get a wall. So it's like, if we manage to just use defense matrix to get really close to the enemy team, by getting to the choke without any damage, then D.va can't really get value. It's just a matter of how you play her. Like, yeah, you cannot actually block damage from them with the left click, right? But you can block the right click, and the right click, which is their long range option. So you can ignore all of their long range damage, and even the Vine also has fire strike, right? You can ignore all of their long range damage to allow you to get close, and once you're close, you just blow them up with McCree. Especially because they don't have a D.va, your McCree can just get a ton of value. Anywho, yeah, just boost to this Shrine. Because you want to be on top of him as soon as the bubble breaks. That's my thought here. You pressure and kill the Shrine, and then at least we have trade advance. Like, if you were here, you boost, you are here right now, you can just melt this Shrine with the micro missiles and left clicks, right? Because the bubble is gone. Instead, you waited for the bubble to go out before boosting at the Rhine. And that just gave him an extra second. Which, it may not seem like a lot, but a second is a long time. He goes from 100 HP to... No, he didn't have 100. How much did he have? He goes from 50 HP to 150. Little more even. 120, 190 HP. And now he's getting healed and you get demoted. But you basically, like, you ended up waiting too long and you ended up just boosting into a Reinhardt. Which is not a good idea. Like, into a not about to die Reinhardt. Rather than, you know, micro missiles and kill him. But what worries me is that, like, you guys are still on choke for the first 15 seconds of this fight. Okay. Defense matrix is in. Defense matrix, defense matrix, defense matrix. Okay. Good reaction. Oh yeah, you did forget to say that. Yeah, you can use the defense matrix to deny healing on the Reinhardt as well, which is pretty solid. And again, like I said, here, when you are hit, you can just micro missile the Rhine, defense matrix is healing, and you can just kill him. But yeah, it can be insane. Especially when you have a McCree and the enemy. Like, not having a D.va, like the enemy team not having a D.va is what enables you to do that so easily. Like, they have a Zarya, and that means they get a 200 HP bubble every 8 seconds, rather than an infinite HP defense matrix every 1 second, 1.5 seconds, I believe. So, defense matrix gets a lot more use than bubbles. But Zarya can do more damage, that's the trade-off. Like, Zarya can definitely do more damage. I just feel like in their team, they probably thought that they needed damage, because they're running Mei Symmetra, who don't do a lot of damage themselves, at least not very fast. So they're like, let's just get Zarya for extra damage. Good hit. Even this boost, I'm like, I'm not sure this is the best call. But we get 2 people with the tire, so we just win the fight. Just kill the Rhine, yeah. Okay, we take the fight. We just killed 4 people, I'm waiting for you guys to clean up. We clean up, take the point, and go forwards. Nice. So, one thing you should be aware of is that they have grab. You should probably look into it. I don't expect you to hit it. Because, you know, the Zarya will be looking for you. Also, your Rhine is just dead. Ah, good job getting above the wall. Actually, he's not dead. He's got McCree with him. Like they did split with team, but they didn't actually push, so it's fine. I thought they were going to push your Rhine, but they didn't. They were like regrouping, so it's okay. Putting pressure on them, which is fine. This is okay. Don't worry about shooting the turret. Like it's not your job. Just stay on the front line. Like you can have more impact on the front line than like say your Lucio. So your Lucio can break the turrets. Maybe your Baptiste can turn around and shoot at the turrets for a second. Micro missiles is okay. You're not gonna need them soon, so it's fine. Ah, that was smart. They just teleported. Yeah, that's a lost fight. Our beat comes in late, and now we don't have a Junkrat, and this is probably just a lost fight. We use speed, they use speed. They get a shatter on the Rhine. Yeah, it's just a lost fight. Oh, and you bombed this, huh? This is the bomb you used? You're right, you only got to use one bomb, and I'm pretty sure the fight's already lost. Unless you get like a very big, like 3k bomb. Which you don't. Yeah, that's unlucky. That's not a good bomb. You bomb. Yeah, don't bomb. And then you're gonna die without remaking, yeah. Okay, well that's unfortunate. What's this? You're just shooting the ship? Okay. Yeah, Ryan's being pressured. That Ryan's dead. That Ryan's so dead. You're going to try to get him out, but he was just by himself. You could have been with him like a second earlier if you hadn't been shooting the ceiling. But I can't really complain when like even if you did not shoot the ceiling, your Ryan's already by himself. So you would be like you would be like here, your Ryan's still kinda by himself. You know what? Maybe you could have helped the Ryan. Gotta show the spawn ship who's bomb, who's boss, yeah. But I feel like you could have actually helped your Ryan. He does get pinned, and that's why he goes solo, so I'm not sure. All I can tell you is that your Ryan was way overextended. I was so confused. I don't know what we're doing. Yeah, I have no idea. Like, this Ryan is silly. Like, I don't know what your Ryan was doing. Like I said, maybe you could have been closer to help him, but I did not expect your Ryan to just be here. Like, I think you could have maybe been closer to help. If the Ryan was, calling for it and we were like, okay, we got to go. Like, they got no one or whatever. But this Ryan is just so out of position. I don't think you expected your Ryan to be out of position. You were just waiting for your team to regroup. Which I'm pretty sure is the right call. And when you go in, it's just like, oh fuck, we are dead. So this is not your fault. Absolutely not. Your Ryan's just dead. Yeah, fire strike, dead. And we just regroup. You even lose mag. Okay, looks like it's over, huh? 95. It's a one fight, team fight. You go ball to try to touch, but I feel like this is maybe not. Yeah, I don't know why your Ryan rushed in. You go ball, which is fine. That's okay. Maybe it's winnable. Maybe it's winnable. Oh, that's sweet. Let's look at that again. So someone's touching. I assume your Lucio called I'm touching. So you go out of Wrecking Ball mode, of ball mode to try to do some damage. The tire gets someone. Oh, and everyone goes low because of the tire. I don't know if you did this on purpose. I feel like you were just trying to get to the point. But man, that was a good roll through. Because everyone was like 40 HP from the... Well, 20 now, right? 20, 40 HP. 40 HP from the tire. Is Ryan at... No, 500. And there you go. You just killed 4 people with a single roll through. And we win the point, right? We win the point, you go back to change to the D.Va, I'm okay with that. The team fight's already won. Honestly, I feel like if you guys were playing Sigma, you would just have a much easier time. Or even Zarya yourselves, but Zarya, like I said, is not that good. But against Mason Metra, maybe she is. But I feel like Sigma would have been a really good pick. Just to play a little slower, since you have Junkrat. With Sigma, you can play a little slower and, you know, do consistent damage. You have an extra shield. You play for the Junkrat to do a lot of damage and burn the resources. This defense matrix is good. The Ryan gets stunned. The Ryan should die. Nice. We win the fight. Careful about your Ryan. Just boost above. Okay, you don't even boost above. It's okay. Your Lucio dies, which is unfortunate. But we should be fine. Just regroup. Oh, this again. It's just someone throwing an ultimate from the flank again. That's very unfortunate. Like, you get... Yeah. Now it's a lost fight for you guys. Yeah. This is just done. Like, you probably should go ball again to try to dash, but it's just a lost fight. You should go ball. Like, you should absolutely go breaking ball here. They just... Yeah, it's just lost. Like... We get one pick, but it's just lost. We tire, we get another, we don't even get another pick with the tire. But it's just lost. And you do end up using a single bomb through this entire map, which is pretty rough. But even that, I don't think is the biggest problem. I think the defense matrix is your biggest problem. You are using your defense matrix very sporadically. Sorry, not sporadically, very randomly. That's the word I'm looking for. You're not really using it to eat damage. You are just going like, oh, enemy, I defense matrix. Of course, not quite literally. But it's like you are reacting to the enemy being here. And you are not stopping to think, wait, what should I actually be defense matrixing? In this case, you cannot defense matrix these when they're close. Cannot defense matrix these when they're close. Cannot defense matrix these when they're close. So just defense matrix the fire strike and the Baptiste healing when you're close and doing melee damage. Or use it to get through the choke because they have a lot of choke damage. So you can just Lucio as well. No drop off. So you can just use defense matrix to get to the choke. But most importantly, if they have like a Pharah and you're playing Brawl, then you can eat the Pharah damage. That's very important. Don't just hold defense matrix on the Pharah because that's just wasting your defense matrix. But just flash it. Like when the rocket is coming, you just flash it, you eat it. Like if the rocket is doing this, defense matrix gone. And you only use like a quarter of your defense matrix instead of having to hold it. And if you have a monkey, you should be defense matrix your monkey when he goes in. Unless he's got primal. Like if he got primal, then he can probably do it by himself. And you can be a little more defensive or a little more aggressive if you want. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, I'll take a 3-minute break chat and then I'll be back with the next one, which is Germorphel?